Hi, I'm Robyn and welcome to Well Conceived Business. We help online business owners within health and wellness to create a business and life that is not only well paid, but well lived. Here you'll find honest and refreshing conversations about what it takes to create a business around your life, what healthy hustle looks like, as well as insights and tips on growing your audience, your signature program, your profit, and your peace. Ready? Let's go.
So maybe you have had a particular health experience in your life. Maybe you've been to university and studied nutrition, whatever it is. And here you are, you've decided to create a business and you've had this seed that it is possible for you to live a different life and to support others. And I know that so many of the people in our community, particularly within health and wellness, feel really called to support others in the world. And maybe that's you. And maybe you have some qualifications. Maybe you've done a life coaching thing. Maybe you are asking the question of how do I become a fertility coach? The question that I have had 5,387 times in my life. Maybe you are a nutritionist, but you feel like you need to enroll in something else in order to complement your qualifications, in order to help you stand out. So wherever you are, maybe you're just getting started and you're like, oh, what do I do now? Do I need to enroll in more training? What is my next step? And I really want to speak to this because I'm asked this question all the time. And I think it's a really valid and worthy question, but I have a pretty strong opinion on the answer on this. So, do you need business support or do you need to get more qualifications or enroll in another certification? My answer is that usually what you need is business support. There comes a certain point when qualifications are really not particularly helpful, and you can start a business and you can start helping people so long as you honestly represent yourself and don't mislead people into thinking that you have qualifications. You could launch a business that didn't have any qualifications whatsoever. Let me give you a few examples of where that might be. You could launch a blog that talks about your experience. You could launch an e-commerce brand that sells t-shirts. You could create an online course on here are the things that helped me on my journey. And you would be surprised that so many people within health and wellness just want to hear from someone who is a peer, who has experienced it before and who can say, these are the things that helped me. You don't have to go through in a giant medical sense. You don't need to put together meal plans. You don't need to put together supplements for people. You don't need to do anything like that, but can talk about things like, this is my morning routine, right? And these are the things that have helped me. But you can also get qualified, and maybe you should also get qualified. However, I speak to many people who have one anchor qualification and now are sat in a spiral of just collecting more and more certificates and trainings. What I'd argue is that if this is you, maybe you have one anchored training, maybe you already have something like a Bachelor of Arts and you want to change. But if you are someone who is stuck in the cycle of endless qualifications because you feel like you need to know more, stop. It's a very common thing that once you start to learn a little bit, you learn just how much more there is to learn. And you will end up on a lifelong learning quest. There is nothing wrong with that. We should all be lifelong learners. However, when you are stuck in that cycle, you need to ask yourself whether this is a form of self-sabotage because you are scared to get started, because you are scared to put yourself out there, because you are scared to take any responsibility in the online space, because it feels scary to potentially put yourself out there and feel rejected because people didn't want to work with you, or you put out an Instagram post and didn't get 1,000 likes. There's 50% of people that I speak with who are asking me the question of whether I should get more qualifications or not. This is actually what is happening. The other case that I have for potentially getting more business support is that in the early days of your business, a lot of what you're doing is building an audience and building trust. A lot of people will come to me and say that they don't know who they want to serve and they don't know what they're passionate about. They just have a vague area that they want and they want to help other people. And in this case as well, I would say err on the side of being like a student of social media, putting some things out there, putting some social media posts out there, and putting out some things and seeing what you like, trying on the shoe and seeing if it fits. And this was my experience. So I have 2 degrees. They are in marketing and communications. And I launched my program, Be a Fertility Warrior, before I was a life coach. It was literally, these are the daily routines and things that helped me while I was going through infertility. These are some of the mindset shifts that I had and the daily routines, all of that kind of stuff. I was not on any level pretending to be an expert. I was a peer who was supporting other people with community and tips and being there for other people, and promoted my product and my page as such.
If you're a health and wellness practitioner and you're growing your business, you know that Instagram is unrivaled in its ability to grow, connect, and convert your audience all on the one platform. But it's not just about going viral and reaching a bunch of people. It's about grabbing your Cloud9 clients' attention in a way that positions you as an authority and a service provider. Want to know exactly how to do that? I have a free PDF case study with 3 example posts that will give you an insight into 3 different types of posts you can create today to help you do just that. Check out our show notes or visit launcheasylife.com/social to get your hands on this free PDF copy today.
Sometimes I'd have a yummy recipe that I would put up. I would talk about really practical steps on our fertility journey, and I would blog and podcast about that. And I did a little bit of like health and wellness. I used to be a food blogger before that, and I did a little bit of mindset. And although I love recipes, I love lifestyle stuff, ultimately, the more I tried on the mindset stuff, the better that felt with me and the better that felt with our audience. And I was then able to niche down and niche down. And let me tell you, I hadn't always intended on becoming a life coach. At one point, I was looking at becoming like a functional medicine practitioner, and I was umming and ahhing. And then I was like, no, mindset is where I want to be. But if you haven't gone out there and built your audience and tried things on, sometimes it's really hard to know where you want your expertise to lie and what you want to specialize in. So sometimes you want to try things out. You want to get in there and get involved in the community, share your experience, share bits about your life, share tips that you've had, but learn how to use social media, learn how to create posts that resonate. Get out there and start building a community and friendships, because what's going to happen if you don't get that level of support in terms of running your business, it is some people take off. A lot of people will flounder for years and years not knowing how to do that, and then be discouraged from starting their business because they ummed and ahed about qualifications, or they got some qualifications but didn't know how to build their business and resonate with people, build an audience, anything like that. And therefore, it all just fell flat. So if you have qualifications, but you're wanting more and more and more, in my opinion, so long as you have an anchor qualification, you probably don't need any more qualifications. What you possibly need is some business support in helping you develop your transformation, your offer, all of those things, so that you can then go forth and build your business. But is it a form of self-sabotage? Is enrolling in endless training a form of saying to yourself, I'm not enough? And where is the I am enough point? The I am enough point has probably long been and gone, because you are always worthy. You always have had a special gift for sharing something with people in your community. It's just about where you've decided that, you are or aren't enough in terms of qualifications. And there isn't really a set enough level of qualifications. So if you want to learn qualifications because you're interested, you think it would benefit people, you have your business up and running, by all means, enroll in more qualifications. But if you're just getting started and you don't know where you want to take your business, maybe you are just getting started and you want to dabble in Instagram on a few things. Maybe you are just you've got an anchor qualification and you're like, what is the next step? The next step is likely business support. I have been asked this question, what do I need? What is my next step? So many times, if I had $1 for every time I'd been asked that question, I would honestly be a millionaire right now. But without knowing you, without knowing your circumstances, I'm going to lean towards business support. So business support doesn't always mean hiring a business coach or something like that. It can also mean getting involved and taking the next step in things like online courses and programs that show you how to use social media or show you how to create something like an online course that helps you flesh out who you want to speak to and how you want to help people. If you're like, yes, that would be really, really helpful, it would be my pleasure to invite you to our Business Without Burnout Challenge, where we are going to get you started on building out an online course or program and developing a signature program that skyrockets your authority, your revenue, and your free time. But what it's also going to help you do is really nail down your niche and your transformation to help you get started on things like social media, to help you nail down, okay, this is my plan moving forward of what I want to do. If you'd like to learn more and if you would like to join the challenge, then head to launcheasylife.com/BWB, which stands for Business Without Burnout. We would love to see you there. It's going to be oodles of fun. We have prizes and all sorts of things. So make sure you come and join us in the challenge, launcheasylife.com/BWB. And I cannot wait to catch you at the next episode. Bye for now.
We are done with the meat and potatoes of this episode, but I am not letting you go just yet, my friend. Before you jump off, I have 3 quick things that I would love to share with you. Number 1 is thank you so much for listening today. If you'd like to hear more about growing your visibility through Instagram, podcasting, or Pinterest, creating or launching or growing your signature program, automations, or many more online business nuggets of gold, pause now, hit that subscribe button because we are here for you weekly. Number 2 is if you would like to learn more about working with us and joining our signature program, the Well-Conceived Mastermind, which is unlike any mastermind you've seen before, check out our show notes below and you will find all the links to join the waitlist or sign up and join the mastermind now. And number 3, lastly, if you do nothing else, make sure you come and find us on Instagram for daily behind the scenes and hugely savable and value-packed content. You will find us at Launch Easy Life. Well, that's it from me today. Now go out there and create your well-paid business and your well-lived life.